Hello, second grade. I hope you're having a great week. You've been learning so much this year. Today we're going to be changing gears and learning about something different in math today. Something you've seen before in first grade, but we're going to be diving a little bit deeper this year. We're going to get our bow and arrows ready to hit those targets. I can identify and describe 2D shapes using their attributes. Friends, I have to tell you, when we say identify, that means we say, hey, that's that, right? We point it out, we know it. When we describe, we tell all about it. And we're going to be describing them using their attributes. This word attributes, can you all say that with me? Attributes. Attributes are words that describe shapes, and they include things like how many sides do they have? How many vertices do they have? How many angles do they have? Are their sides the same length? These are all things we're going to be considering, and those are all attributes of the shapes, things that make them the shape that they are. When we talk about our 2D shapes, those are those flat shapes. Okay, so those are those shapes that are not 3D. We cannot hold them in our hands. They are flat, okay? So let's say that target for us one more time. I can identify and describe 2D shapes using their attributes, and we're going to do exactly that today. I'm going to put up some shapes for us to take a peek at. And I want you to take a look at them. And at first I want you to take some private think time and just look at those shapes and think, what do I notice? What shapes do I see? Are there some that I know? Are there some that I'm not sure of? Again, take a peek at those shapes. What do you notice? What shapes do you see? And what do you know about those shapes? I do have letters next to them so that we can identify them in a minute. So don't look at the number or the letters while you're looking at the shapes. Just look at those shapes for me. What shapes do you see? I see a triangle. There are some triangles. What other shapes do you see? We're going to talk about those triangles in just a little bit, about all these shapes in just a little bit. What other shapes do you see? You see squares. What other shapes do we see? Rectangles. We see a hexagon. Seen those in first grade, haven't we? And is there a shape that you see up there that we haven't shared yet? There's a pentagon. If you know what a pentagon is, give me a thumb in front of your tummy. That's a new one, isn't it? So I'm seeing a few thumbs, but not very many thumbs. That's okay. That's what we're going to learn this year in second grade. Now, which letters are our triangles? What letters have a triangle next to them? A, E, what others? G, are there any more triangles up there? How do we know that those are triangles? Put a thumb in front of your tummy, and when you have an idea of what makes those triangles, because they all look a little different to me, what do you notice about those triangles? 3 sides. What else do we know? 3 vertices. where those sides come together. What else do we notice? Or what else do we know about a triangle? They have 3 angles, right? Those are those angles for us. Where you see those angles? The inside of those vertices, where those sides come together. What about our other shapes? Okay, what letters are our squares? What letters are our squares? C. Oh, that's a honker. Gotta do a square the right way, don't I, friends? What's another square? D. Teeny tiny. And any others? F. Do you all agree with that? I'm seeing some friends that are saying, no, that's not a square. Why is F a square? Miss Baker didn't really turn that, or didn't draw it perfectly, but what makes that a square? What makes a square a square? What are its attributes? Okay. It has 4 vertices. What else? It does have 4 angles. It has 4 sides. What do we know about a square's sides? They're all the same length. They're all the same length. That means this side is the same length as this side. It's the same length as this side. It's the same length as this side. Are all of these, do all of those have 4 vertices? Does that square have, or that shape have 4 vertices? Does it have 4 angles? Yeah. Does it have 4 sides? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are those sides the same length? Yep. They are the same length. They might not be perfectly drawn by me, but they are the same length when we look at them up there. Absolutely. And there's something specific about those vertices, okay? Those vertices, those corners, are square corners. That means when they come together, we can make a square with them. I can't do that with my triangles. Those are not always square corners, but they are with our square. See, with that triangle, I couldn't make a square with that angle, could I? What about our rectangles? What do we notice about our rectangles? What letters are they? B, okay. What other ones? J. Any other shapes that are rectangles up there for us? Okay, so what makes a rectangle a rectangle? What are its attributes? It has 4 angles. It has 4 sides. It has 4 vertices. What do you notice about the sides or the vertices when we look at a rectangle? Are the sides the same length? No, not necessarily. Not with a rectangle, right? So these opposite sides are the same length and these opposite sides are the same length. But this one and this one are not. So this rectangle could not be a square. No. Could this square be a rectangle? Why? Does it have 4 angles? Does it have 4 sides? Does it have 4 vertices? Yes, this could be a rectangle. But this rectangle could not be a square because its sides are not all the same length. What else do you know about the rectangle? What do you notice about those vertices? What do you know about those corners? We have square corners. I should say our angles are square, aren't they? When those two sides come together, they can form a square, okay? So they're also not like those triangles necessarily that might be smaller than a square. We actually call that a 90-degree angle. That's bigger than second grade, but it's something for us to think about when we have our rectangle and our squares. A 90-degree angle is straight up. Makes a little L. What do we notice about our hexagon? Our hexagon. Do we see hexagons in here? I see one. What letter is it? It's the letter H. Now let's see if I can draw it as well the first time or the second time as I did the first time. Hexagons can be kind of tricky to draw. Oh man. What do we know about that hexagon? It has 6 sides. Woo! It has 6 vertices. It has 6 angles. Absolutely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The inside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Somebody's telling me that they've seen a hexagon drawn a different way. We're going to look and see if we can find some hexagons to add to our chart. Absolutely. Let's see if we can find our last shape. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, we're actually missing maybe 2 shapes. What do we notice? Our pentagon. Where is that pentagon? It is our letter I. Yes. Our I is our pentagon. What do you notice about that shape? What do you notice about it? And I'm going to draw it while you tell me. It has 5 sides. What else do you notice about it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 vertices. Let's see if I can get that written nicely for us to look at. What else do you notice about it? It has those 5 angles. Our pentagon, pent means 5. Hex, it means 6. Did you know what other word has a word part that tells about how many sides it's going to have? Tri. Yep, like a tricycle. A tricycle has 3 wheels. A triangle has 3 sides. Absolutely. Let me think here for a second. I'm very curious. I have 2 shapes that I want to draw for you, and I want you to tell me where you think they would fit. Are you ready for this? I don't know if we're ready for it or not. Let me show you one of my shapes. Where would this shape belong? Where would this shape belong? It is a circle. Where would a circle go? What do you mean it wouldn't go anywhere? It kind of looks like a hexagon. It doesn't have straight sides. It doesn't, does it? It doesn't have any straight sides. It doesn't have any vertices. It doesn't have any angles. Can I show you another one I've got? Got another one in my brain. Let's see if I can draw it. It's kind of a tricky one. Looks like a stop sign of some sort. I think it's a hexagon. What do you all think? This one right here. Hexagon? Why not? Oh, let's count the sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It has 8 sides. Oh man. It wouldn't fit in any of those. None of those say 8 sides. Well, I do have some more shapes for us to take a peek at. Will you help me? We're going to figure out if we can decide where they're going to go. So I'm going to cut off a little strip of here, and you guys are going to help me figure out where these shapes are going to go. Are you ready? Here's the first one. Ignore my messy writing. Where do you think that one's going to go? If you have an idea, put your thumb in front of your tummy. Where will this one go? I'm going to put this to the side so you can still see my chart. If you think it's a square, raise your hand. Triangle? Which one do you think it's going to go under? A pentagon? Why a pentagon? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It has 5 sides. Let's add this to our pentagon. Looks a little bit like a baseball base, doesn't it? There's another pentagon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, let's take a peek at another shape I have for you. Are you ready? Ooh, I love this one. This is a fun one to draw. Gotta make sure I close all of my corners up. Otherwise, it's not a shape. We learned that from first grade, didn't we? Okay, how about this baby? Looks like a rocket ship. If you think you know where it's going to go, I see some of you all out there counting those sides using that attribute. Think it's a hexagon? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 angles. We can put that hexagon. I love being able to add some more to our hexagons. Awesome. Let's see if we can do another. You guys are on fire. I'm going to have one of these be your exit ticket. So we're going to do 3 more. Okay. So we're going to I'm going to show you one more and then that we're going to put up here together. And then I've got 2 that I want you to take on and write on an index card, and we'll do a little exit ticket. And we'll add them to our chart later today, and we'll have them up there for tomorrow. Alrighty, let's see here. I've got a long... How about this guy right here? Where's it gonna go? Where is this one going to go? You guys all just yell it out at me. I tell you, what are we gonna do? It is a rectangle. How do we know it's a rectangle? It does have 4 angles. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4. It has 4 vertices. You're right, the sides are not all the same length, so it's not a square. Very good work, friends. Now, I'm going to show you 2 more, and you are going to tell me where they're going to go. So I'm going to put a little number by them, okay? And you are going to tell me, I've got shape A and I've got shape B. And you are going to put on a little index card your A and B, and you're going to name that shape. Which category is it going to go in? Is it going to be a triangle, a square, a rectangle, a hexagon, or a pentagon? And friends, when you go back to your seats after you turn in your exit ticket, you are going to take your paper and do a shape hunt around the room. So I want you to find one of each of these shapes around the room. I see a book already that's shaped like a square. So you're going to be looking for those. All right. Here is our 2 shapes. Remember, you're going to tell me where they belong, and then you can go off and write the room. Shape A right here, shape B right here. Tell me, what shape are they going to go in? What category? And then you may do your shape hunt around the room. Happy hunting!